Welcome back everybody, MC here with another video, and today I want to show you guys how to get the vampire knives in Terraria. And the vampire knives are in the crimson chest in the dungeon, and you need the crimson key to unlock the chest. I've shown you in a previous video how to farm for the crimson key, which I'll link here if you haven't seen it already. And I like to mark the crimson chest with torches so that I know where to find it when I am coming back towards the dungeon. So here's the crimson key, which we farmed in the method that I've already showed you. And I'm not going to show you farming it again because there's no point in having that twice. So we're going to pick this key up and we're going to go and get the vampire knives. Pretty much if you want to farm for the crimson key, by the way, crimson biome, kill any enemy that drops coins, and that way you'll be able to farm it. It's a very low drop, so you'll be waiting a while. Now, the reason why you want to get the vampire knives in the first place, obviously you can see that I have late game gear in this game. That's just for farming purposes. The vampire knives are way before you get the zenith, just so you know. And you can open the crimson chest in the dungeon after you kill Plantera. So the vampire knives are mostly for the pillars, which are very good against the pillars. Martian Madness, Golem, which it's very good against Golem as well, and you can also use it against the cultists. Against Moonlord itself, not really. Against the Empress of Light, not really. I would mostly use vampire knives against the bosses that I mentioned or the events that I mentioned. It's also very good against the Eclipse, and also as a farming tool. It's one of the best farming weapons in the game because you have so much sustainability. And the reason why you have so much sustainability is because you get lifesteal. It's one of the only weapons in the game that can provide you with lifesteal, and the lifesteal is actually built into the weapon. So as you're attacking enemies, you pretty much gain health. You don't have to worry about health as much. Now, this item used to be way more powerful than it is these days. So unfortunately, they nerfed it a lot. And this item used to be one of the things that you pretty much had to get in your playthrough if you wanted to farm all the items. Otherwise, it would take ages. Fortunately now, because it's nerfed, you're not going to be able to get as much use out of it. And one of the nerfs that they did was they nerfed it against bosses. You can't gain as much health as quickly against bosses as you used to be able to. I'm not actually sure if you can gain as much health from normal enemies as well, because as you can see here, I'm gaining like 1 to 2 HP every couple seconds when I hit enemies. I remember gaining health way quicker than this before. Like literally as I'm attacking, I'm out DPSing and out healing my opponent's attacks. But then again, back when vampire knives were like the big thing that everyone got in their playthroughs, I was on like normal mode or classic mode. I wasn't on master mode because this is a master mode playthrough. So as you can see, I'm not doing very much damage to this paladin. Now, these vampire knives have not been changed to legendary or anything yet, so change those to legendary and they're going to be doing a lot more damage. I do usually use vampire knives against paladins to farm against them in general, so even in master mode. So they are good against the paladins. You just need to buff them first. Having the basic version isn't great. And honestly, the dungeon gets really difficult after Plantera is defeated, so as you can see, I'm barely getting away with not dying here. But if you get hit fully by one of these enemies, you're going to take a lot of damage because just the damage output that they have, especially these sorcerer guys, they're a pain in the ass. Anyway, once I have killed him, I can move on to some of the easier enemies that are in the area and just show you the health regen. As you can see, top right, I am regening health, but it's like, first of all, I have a fire debuff. Second of all, it's just 1 to 2 per heal, so not as good as it used to be, but still viable, especially as a farming item. Don't pass on the vampire knives if you find the crimson key, and farming from the crimson key is not that bad if you use the method that I showed you in our previous how to farm the crimson key video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions about this one, and let me know if you have any comments, anything that you like to do with the vampire knives. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and ta-ta!